multiplication. So we use this grid method to represent the decimal multiplication. So multiplication means it is the area of a rectangle. That's what we do to find the area of a rectangle. We multiply length with breadth, which are just two numbers. So here in the decimal multiplication, for 3.2 we take for whole numbers we take 1 as squares, and for the decimal digits we take the rectangles. That is, if we divide these squares into 10 pieces, that one piece represents the first 1/10th of that square. So if it is 2 means we take 2 of them. So it is 0.1 and 0.1, so it is 0.2. So this side is 3.2, and here we took 4 squares, and here it is 5 1/10, so it's 4.5. And if we complete all the lines, we will get a rectangle. And if we count all the squares and 1/10ths and 1/100ths, we will get the product of 4.5 and 3.2. So we will now see how to draw this in Scratch using a module that draws. We make a module that draws a grid. Here, if you see, it is a grid of. There are 4 grids here. It is a grid of square, and here is a grid of rectangles, and also here is a grid of rectangles, and here it is a grid of small squares. So now we will see how to make a module to draw a grid. So choose your pencil as a sprite, and to draw a rectangle we use move and turn 90 degrees, move steps and turn 90 degree, or you can use change X and change Y to draw a rectangle or square. So in the repeat we put it as 2 times. If we give same numbers, it will draw a square. If we give different numbers, it will draw the rectangle. For the first move steps, it takes the breadth, always showing the pen down and pen up, and the starting position. So go to X, Y. So from left to right it takes the breadth, and from top to bottom it takes the length. So our first move step is the breadth and second move step is the length, or other way around. So now I have drawn a one rectangle, and I can use this to draw the square also. Erase all and give a square. And if I want another square beside this, I need to move my pencil from the right corner to the left corner to the right corner. For that I need to move the steps I taken for the breadth. That is 50 steps. So now if I click this, again it will draw this square for me. I can draw many squares in a single row. So go to control and take a repeat and put this whole repeat in that. Now it will draw one row of squares. And if I want 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, I need to bring my pencil down, and for that we can use change Y. So from top to bottom it is the length steps, so that is also 50 here since it is a square. But to bring my sprite down I need to use negative values, so it's negative 50. And to bring it to the starting x coordinates, that is the actual x coordinates from the go to xy. So set my x to negative 200, which is from here. So if I click this repeat, I'll now draw the 2 rows. So I need to put this whole thing into another loop. Say 4. We'll draw again from the above. So it is a 4x5 grid of squares. So our first repeat decides the number of rows, second repeat is the number of columns, and just like that. So to make a grid, we need XY coordinates for to where to start, and we need number of rows and number of columns, and we need whether it is a square or rectangle. For that we need length and breadth. So totally 6 inputs we need to make a grid. So now we are going to make a block that actually draws a grid from the 6 inputs. For that, go to my block and click on make a